the smell of roses hangs in the air. Purdue quarterback Drew Brees is ready for the biggest challenge of his career. At a school renowned for its quarterbacks, Brees is rewriting the record book in pursuit of a Big Ten title and a Heisman Trophy. Last week, in overtime, Purdue looked like a team of destiny.
A high snap, and a kick is blocked. Get it! It's picked up by the Boilermakers, and he's going to be wounded. He's going to score. He's going to score, and the Boilermakers win it in overtime.
But Ohio State and quarterback Steve Bellisari are also California dreaming. Bellisari hopes to ambush Purdue with a pair of talented wide receivers. Ohio State, Purdue. One team's roses are about to become dandelions. It's a football Saturday in West Lafayette, Indiana, and one of the biggest home games in decades for the Purdue Boilermakers as they host Ohio State. Welcome, everybody. We're Gary Danielson. I'm Brent Musburger. Gary, let's talk about Drew Brees. Is there anybody who can stop the Purdue quarterback?
Well, let me ask you this, Brent. If he's not on the field and the defense is out there, best of my recollection, I don't think he's scored yet. Is that right?
Exactly.
Well, that's got to be the game plan if you're the Buckeyes. I mean, you're not going to be able to depend on stopping Drew Brees. I mean, he's not likely to have a bad game. So that means your offense has to come through in this game. You have to run the ball. You have to put some points on the board, and you have to get that guy on the sideline because he is going to put points in this game.
And here come the Boilermakers. With head coach Joe Tiller, who has turned this program completely around. A Montana State graduate who was a head coach at Wyoming before he moved to West Lafayette. And now for Columbus, Ohio, on the far side, John Cooper and the Buckeyes. Let's go down to Jack Arute.
And Brent, one of the things that Joe Tiller does is he gives a pregame message every game. What was the message today, Coach?
If it is to be, it's up to me. Each man's got to take this game personally, and it's got to be up to each and every guy to play his best football today.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Purdue won the toss and deferred, so John Cooper and the Buckeyes will go on the attack to start this game. That is critical from one standpoint because the last time we were here, Purdue fell way behind Michigan in the first half. They received the second half kickoff, and the Wolverines could never stop Drew Brees after that. So there is the All-American and Heisman Trophy candidate, Drew Brees, who has been putting up this kind of numbers this year.
And Brent, Drew Brees yesterday told me that he has a real good feel for what he wants to do in this game. He feels he's got a read on how he wants to throw the ball against this defense.
And on the other side, Steve Bellisari, and a fine all-around athlete, a bit of a running quarterback. The Buckeyes, of course, are hoping that today he'll be accurate.
Yeah, accurate, and I think it's his most relaxed I've ever seen Steve in the 2 years I've been doing games with him at quarterback.
The Buckeyes looking for field position. The dangerous Kenyon Rambo. Number 4 was off to the left. Travis Dorsch from Bozeman, Montana, puts the ball on the tee. Underway. Wells driven back into the end zone, elects to bring it out. Penalty flag thrown on the play. Wells is down at the 10-yard line. Illegal block against the Bucks. That'll put him back in the hole as referee Steve Newman will mark it off. And Steve Bellisari, one-time high school all-state safety down in Boca Raton, Florida. This young man blocked 6 kicks as a senior. He was headed for Ohio State all the way because his father walked on for Woody Hayes and was a Buckeye. The Miami Hurricanes recruited him hard and lost out to Ohio State. So with the penalty, they will be coming out from their own 5-yard line. Jamar Martin is set in front of Derek Combs in the backfield for the Bucks. Mitrone changing things up defensively in the middle of the line. The cock look, Combs got a block on the corner and is brought down from behind at the 18-yard line. A gain of 12 yards, a first down, as Derek Combs from Herbert Crest, Ohio, with the game's first carry. And our Chili's starting wide receivers, Kenyon Rambo, the speed merchant. Reggie Germany is there, and the tight end is Darnell Sanders. They will be working against these linebackers, headed by Landon Johnson, who's back as a starter, and Ashante Woodyard, who dashed in with that blocked field goal for the win over Wisconsin in overtime. On a first down for the Bucks, they stay in the eye. They hammer with Combs again. Now our Chili's starting lines for this game and some of the matchups. Adrian Clark out of Shaker Heights is the left tackle for the Bucks. Henry Fleming, the right tackle, actually is the blindside tackle for the Bucks today. Against this very athletic defensive line, Matt Mitrone from Springfield, Illinois, down there in the middle. Craig Terrell blocked that field goal a week ago in overtime and set up the winning touchdown. The Bucks stay in that basic let's pound it formation. Third down and short, and here comes Westbrook. Got it.
Grant, I think you can see the offensive game plan evolve. The Dell Game Solutions, it's use Woody's old game plan. They have to run the football. Oh, there's Woody. He brought the game plan. Oh, man, Woody, thanks a lot. Hey, they're going to get the big plays with the play-action passes. And for Purdue's defense, great speed on the edge. They must attack from the edge, and no first-half spot. Against Michigan, you mentioned it, and also against Northwestern, they fell behind.
Now Belisari to throw his first pass of the game. Right sideline. Rambo's open. Got it inside the 40-yard line at the 38. The linesman goes flying on that far sideline. 31 yards. Belisari to Rambo.
Woodard's the DB. It's man-to-man coverage on the outside because you see the safety start to sneak up on the inside. Poor turn to the inside that time by the DB. And Rambo gets a catch early in the football game. Both of these receivers, Rambo and Germany, broke loose last week against Iowa.
Belisari coming off a 17-29 performance from Iowa. Increased his completion percentage from 45 to 52%. On the attack, snaps it off to Rambo again, and with his speed, he's out at the 30-yard line. Let's check in now with Jackaroo. Jack.
Well, Brent, let's update you on Derek Combs. You saw him limping off the field. Well, indeed, he has rolled his ankle. The athletic trainer for Ohio State says they're going to evaluate it, but keep him out for a couple of series and then re-tape his ankle and see if he can go.
Second down and 3 for Ohio State. This time, Rambo is a slot man on the right side of Belisari. Westbrooks short of the first down, and here's what John Cooper had to say to our Gary Danielson about the key to winning today.
We got to run the football. We've got to run the football and keep it away from their high-powered offense. There's no way we can get in a scoring contest with Purdue. If we do, we'll lose again.
And already we're seeing evidence of that, Gary, what he told you about the running.
They are, and I think all week they've stressed that five-man unit up front has to come through for them. Run the ball between the tackles.
Need 2 yards between the tackles for a first down this time. No! Negative yardage that time, and Matt Mitrone leads the defensive assault, number 98.
What did Coach Tiller say? To win, you got to make it a personal battle up front. Mitrone that time beat his guy inside one-on-one, and that's how you stop a drive.
Danny Stultz is on for a 49-yard field goal attempt, and we know what happened the last time anybody attempted a long field goal against Purdue. This one's off. No good. The Buckeyes fail on their first drive. Drew Brees is coming to bat. Drew Brees promised me yesterday he'd take care of #1 here today. Folks, we're going to show you how good a blocker he is last week against Wisconsin. He is from the Sigma Chi fraternity here, but he is not Joe Cooper's sweetheart. Cooper was saying, "He's not tough." We're going to get to Mr. Brees here today. Well, we're about to find out. Joe, I'll remind you, very few teams have gotten to him. Only 34 sacks. That's once every 67 passing attempts for Mr. Brees. First down and 10. They show motion. There's a fake to Sutherland, and Brees trapped will throw it to him anyway. Got him as sort of a safety valve, and Vinny Brees out of bounds at the 34. And let's go down to Jackaroo. Jack.
Well, Brent, Drew Brees' childhood hero was Roger Staubach. So in July, Brees was elated when he had the opportunity to go to Wrigley Field and sing a duet of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" with Roger Staubach. I don't think either of them should quit their day job.
Well, if Staubach can't sing, I don't think Brees minds that. It doesn't. It's a nice guy to follow after.
Second down for Brees. A direct snap to him. Snaps it off to Sutherland, who's caught both passes, but it's still short of a first down. As we check in on the Chili's lineups, Montrell Lowe, the running back who had such a big day against Michigan. We've watched Sutherland. He too's from Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida. And the linebackers, Joe Cooper, the loud one. He's also one of the co-captains. And back in that secondary, Mike Dawson, outstanding safety. Derek Ross will be the nickelback against Brees, and you need nickel coverage all game long. Here is Doss, one of the best in the Big Ten. Now Cooper ready to go to war again. Here is third down. Brees, complete, first down, and it's all Vinny Sutherland. So the lines for these two teams here today. For Purdue, it is a light, undersized, but very athletic offensive line. Matt Light, a converted tight end, will probably make the All-Big Ten team this year. Outstanding defensive front for the Bucks. A war all day. Brent Johnson blocked that field goal a year ago in Columbus. That would have sent us into overtime. First down and 10. Johnson gets down now in his stance. Here's that low run on the inside handoff, and he explodes for 12 more yards and a first down. And that's the end of the first quarter. And the Buckeyes and their fans have got a lot to feel good about. They've held Drew Brees and the Boilermakers scoreless. Back after this message and a word from our ABC station. Well, a lot of folks say that Michael Vick has a huge lead over Drew Brees in the race for the Heisman. Not so fast, my friends. Look at the touchdowns. 17 for Brees passing and 7 for Vick. Now, let's take a look at the rushing. This is an eye-opener. 550 yards for Vick, but 423 for Brees, who's averaging 5.7 yards a carry. So, folks, the one thing that Vick does hold an edge on, exciting highlights on SportsCenter. Still no score. Purdue on its own 37-yard line.
Matchups there again. This time they're sliding the zone there.
Over the middle, and underneath it is Stratton, and so the Boilermakers have decided, Gary, that the tight end is going to be the go-to guy, Stratton.
He will be until the defense adjusts. Jim Chaney now, will they talk to Drew Brees? He said, let's force a pressure point here. Going to come across the formation. There's Wilhelm, the middle linebacker. He does not stop the receiver coming across the formation. You got to jam that guy. Good duck out of the way by the line umpire at the time.
Yeah, wasn't it? That's 5 catches, Gary, for Stratton. 47 yards already in this game. And number 89 flexed a little bit on the left side of the line. Gives him his 5 receivers. Go out now for Brees, who's again giving great interception on a bad pass. Clemens picks it off, cuts back, picks up a block, and he's down at the 25. And the ball comes free, but he's down. That is the second interception thrown by Brees this game.
Fred Puggage changed his defense. He said, I'm not going to let you have that man-on-man matchup. I'm going to help with the secondary guy. This guy's going to go out. Drew Brees thinks it's man-to-man the linebacker right here. Watch what happens. To the wide side, the corner falls off and says, I'll help you. I'll help you. Here I am. He lets his guy go to the safety, and that's a great changeup by Freddie Puggage, the defensive coordinator for the Buckeyes.
He threw into triple coverage that time, Brees did. So now the Buckeyes and Belisari with a great chance from inside the 25. Juggle on the toss. Combs tries to battle his way back.
Boy, did Craig Terrell do a nice job. The guy who blocked the field goal last week got upfield that time and forced it back into that quick defense.
Cascio checks back in, and Brees again talking on the telephone.
Did not stay with his reads. He got fooled on that one. He got greedy. He thought it was going to be easy. He figured he had that tight end man-to-man. He was wrong.
2nd and 10 for Belisari and the Bucks. Takes the inside handoff and keeps it himself. The 20-yard line. They pick up 4 yards. Joe Odom makes the stop. Somebody's got to say it. 3rd down and 6. They throw to Combs underneath. Short of the 1st down on a nice stop by Aiken-Adell.
This defense for Purdue changed when Aiken-Adell went back to defensive end. He started out the year at linebacker because you saw his great speed right there. He's gone back defensive end, but he drops now. Gives the offenses much more problem reading it. That's the play that got the 1st down before, but look at Adell close this time to make the tackle.
Now a 35-yard field goal attempt coming up. It's 3-0. So this time the Buckeyes take advantage of the Brees interception, and they put the first points on the board. Ohio State leads it.
He tied Tim Williams last week and then missed 2 field goal attempts in that game. Missed the first one, Brent, but now Dan Stokes has taken over the all-time field goal record for Ohio State. He has 50 in his career.
Yeah, he's had quite a leg. Eddie Jack over there at Columbus and on the road for the Buckeyes. Now he'll try to kick this one out of the end zone as he can with Brown and Sutherland back deep. That's Cedric Brown, number 36. Here's Sutherland from the 4. Sutherland looking for an alley. Out of bounds, and Stokes was one of the Buckeye defenders right there, along with Clements. Now Brees. Pump fake. Goes deep. Got Sutherland. You can't hang on. It'll be 2nd and 10. They took a crack. Tried to take it vertical against this Buckeye defense.
First time all game they have thrown the ball downfield. Vinny's looking right into the sun on this one, if you notice. I don't know if he misjudged it or not, but the ball is right there and right through the gray gloves.
He got a step on Derek Ross, number 7. He had blown past him, and he would have gone into the end zone with his speed if he could have hung on.
2nd down and 10.
Now 2nd and 10 for Brees. And back to Stratton they go. 1st down, Purdue. Clock stops. We got all kinds of ghosts, goblins, strange goings on.
Well, nothing else going on in New York.
No
baseball's going on in New York.
Met fans have to find something to do.
That's right.
Huh? 1st down and 10. Here's Brees with that quick delivery, and it's back to number 89. They go again. Tim Stratton, who now has caught 8 passes for 70 yards.
One thing you can't do if you're a passing team is get intimidated by interceptions. You throw the ball to the tight end, you feel you have a favorable matchup, you keep going back to it, you just do a better job of reading it. And I think that's what you do. That's what the phone call was about. Drew, don't worry about the mistakes. Move forward, look forward at what you can do. Just amazed at that Purdue offensive line, how well they keep that pocket clean for Brees.
Passing twice as much as they run. Buckeyes stay with 4 down linemen. Rush 1 backer against Brees. 5-man rush. He throws back against the green. And a beautiful reception to Simpson, who's out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. First and goal. That was a slick play by Drew Brees.
Threw it across his body that time, and Michael Doss missed the tackle. He's had a few nice plays, but this time he comes across. I think it was Doss. It might have been Mitchell, number 3 or number 2. But you see it. Gets it to Simpson. And it was. Doss comes up, misses the tackle, and that's really the first missed tackle in the secondary I've seen by this Buckeye defensive secondary.
A.T. Simpson to the Purdue sideline. First down and goal. Brees will still take the direct snap. Purdue keeps the field spread. Stratton flex, 89. Quickly off the line, quarterback draw. Here comes Brees, spins, and he is a yard short of the end zone.
Very interesting, isn't it, Brent, that Ohio State was really geared to stop Montrell Lowe. So what Purdue does is take him out of the game and say, we're going to go at you with 5 wide receivers. If you've been ready to stop our running game, we'll make you stop something else.
Gary, I just saw another tremendous block by number 78, Matt Light. This is really an outstanding offensive line Joe Tiller had.
And so smart. Tiller talked about all the different protections they had.
Now Steve Ennis, a bigger back. And at that tailback spot, he'll take the toss. He'll go to daylight. Touchdown, Purdue leads it. Dorsch for the extra point. Nails it. So despite 2 Drew Brees interceptions this half, Purdue takes a 7-3 lead on the running game. Let's check in with Jack Abreu. Jack?
Well, Coach Cooper, you dodged a couple of major bullets there in that first half.
Yeah, we're playing real good on defense. We've had 3 interceptions, got a quarterback sack, which is hard to do, but we're not doing anything offensively, Jack. We got to get our offense going.
What do you do in the next half?
Well, hopefully we can block them a little bit better than we did. We're not running the football, and you can't throw the ball unless you protect your quarterback.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Now, there's a multimedia guy, folks. He does a radio show. Then he stops by with Jack Abreu for a TV show. And we'll continue after this message and a word from our ABC station. Defense rules the day here in West Lafayette. The Ohio State Buckeyes with 3 interceptions in the first half against Drew Brees, but they can score only 1 field goal after this pick by Nate Clements. Brees struggles in offensively. This the only touchdown. Steve Ennis runs it in for Purdue. Well, Gary Danielson, I'm Brent Musburger. And Gary, how can the Buckeyes move the ball here?
Brent, I think they can't panic. I think at this point, you look at the score 7-3, and they got to say, listen, we're playing good defense. Our defensive backs are hitting the receivers well. On offense, we have to stick to our original plan. Let's learn to run the ball, and let's not give it up. Let's run the ball, win and lose with that game plan.
Well, the first thing they have to do is get the ball away from Drew Brees and Purdue, because the Boilermakers will have the first series offensively here as we start the second half. So Brees warms up the right arm on the near side. And Purdue will attempt to get it. Return with Vinny Sutherland camped out back by the goal line. Number 14 to the left. Stoltz to kick it off here for the Bucks. Sutherland will bring it out. Right return and upended. Short of the 20. We check in with Jackaroo. Jack?
Well, Brent, I had the opportunity to talk with offensive coordinator for the Boilermakers, Jim Chaney, is on his way upstairs. And he said the problem that Ohio State's defense has presented to Drew Brees and his offense is they're throwing some unique blitz packages at him. He said, Jack, they're blitz packages we've never seen. So he said they spent a lot of time during halftime trying to figure out what they will do to recognize them quickly and make the proper adjustments. He said, we got to put a smile back on our face.
Interesting, Gary, because yesterday he said we've seen all the blitzes.
He's been so cocky. We've been running this offense for 10 years. Nothing they can do can surprise us. I don't know. That was a simple zone that he threw an interception into on one play.
So a base running play to start the second half, and Lowe is surrounded as we take a look at the Morgan Stanley Dean Witter first half stats, and again those turnovers, Gary.
Yeah, turnovers. You can see Ohio State's lack of running the ball. Purdue's kind of given up on the running game. They're going to decide to win this game with the throwing game, and only 6 first downs. I really think the key to this game, the Buckeyes have to just stay with their original plan. They have to run the ball.
Purdue will try Cedric Brown. 5 receivers, the tight end standing up. The offensive line able to give Brees protection, and he's got it to Sutherland to the 29-yard line. First down, Purdue, and again, 3rd and long. Brees has been lethal. That's 13 yards. That's at least 3 long 3rd down conversions for number 15.
Before it was to the tight end against Michigan. Brent, remember he was 14 of 18 against Michigan 2 weeks ago. But this is the guy, when he gets in trouble, he gets hooked up with. He goes to Vinny Sutherland, throwing in against the robber defense. That means a linebacker is playing center field in the middle of that short zone.
First down, protection, pump fake, got Sutherland wide open, got him in a foot race, Nicky got him out of bounds. That's the play earlier when Sutherland couldn't hang on. This time he does, 45 yards.
This one was a bit different, Brent, in that he faked a little hitch and go this time. He's going to come in with good protection, 4-man rush, that 5-man unit gives him space to hitch it and throw it. Same angle. Watch him come in and fake the square in and then go deep. Caught Nate Clemens leaning, and this time, Son, I guess, I'm going to help him out. Son was in a better spot.
Oh, it's interesting that Clemens was over there on Sutherland that time. He got deep the first time on Derek Ross over there. So they had manned Clemens up, and they burned him. Pump fake again, and Brees comes right back the other way for the end zone. Incomplete. Andre Henderson, the intended receiver.
Drew was very fortunate that time. He got fooled on a blitz look, and he just turned and assumed that it would be man-to-man on the backside, and he didn't get that look.
So with a sellout crowd on hand, both of these teams in the Big Ten, Ohio State and Purdue, hope to keep driving toward Pasadena. Should either of them win out, they would be the Big Ten's representative in Pasadena. Michigan and Northwestern, of course, are hoping that Ohio State stops Purdue here today. That would help their chances. 2nd and 10. Brees up under center. Hands it off to Vinny on that flanker around. And Derek Ross does a fine defensive job.
Vinny's so important in this offense. Let's take a look at what Vinny, I got him lightning quick. I mean, this guy is a 60-meter track guy. Low center of gravity, very hard to hit. And he's linked. I mean, linked to Drew Brees on 3rd down. Look for those two to link and hook up. Vinny Sutherland, a go-to guy for this offense.
Now it's 3rd and 12. So here's Brees again with one of those long 3rd down situations. The first down marker would be at the 15-yard line. They show blitz. They're coming. Purdue picks it up. Short of the first down marker. Seth Morales pushed out of bounds.
I don't think the average fan understands how hard it is for offensive linemen to read that safety blitz. As Joe Tiller told us, Brent, sometimes they ask their offensive linemen to be responsible for 2 men in protection. Not only the guy lined up over them, but the potential inside blitzer coming from the secondary. And that's why only 7 sacks this year for Drew Brees.
So Travis Dorsch to attempt a 34-yarder. Ben Smith is his holder. And Travis Dorsch puts Purdue ahead 10-3. Purdue with 238 yards in this game, and Ohio State with only 133 as defense rules the day. Dorsch kicks it off. Rambo will try to light a fire under the Buckeyes with this return. Nothing doing as Purdue. The big surprise of this game, folks, is not that Ohio State's defense is playing well. It's the performance of this Purdue defense. They have been outstanding here today. First down for the Buckeyes. Here's Combs, and he is stopped. Taking a Dell, number 13, with another big game defensively. What about Benny Sutherland here, Gary?
Well, Brandon, started out a little slow for Benny. Caught 3 quick passes and then was out of the game. Nate Clements is the matchup that's going to be assigned and did a pretty good job early there. You see the 2 guys. That's good coverage. Even when the ball was thrown to him, Nate was right there to put the hit. But sooner or later, a little in and go, and Benny Sutherland tough to bottle up.
Ohio State saves in that base I formation, but this time they finally go tight end. Fumble! Purdue's got it at the 46-yard line. And Joe Odom drops back with Darnell Sanders and makes the play on the fumble. And
I don't know if he hit the ground to cause the fumble or not. It happened so quickly. Ball thrown down the middle of the zone. Perfect pass by Belisari.
They do not have the advantage in the college game of looking at that monitor, so they're going to have to huddle up and have about 6 points of view, and they're going to say that he was down when he fumbled. So they will give it back on the Darnell Sanders catch, and now you get the advantage of instant replay. So take a look at this.
Odom's in coverage. The ball is thrown. Tackle, run. I couldn't tell on that one.
Can't tell for sure, but from this angle, you should be able to see when the ball comes out.
Good hit by Turner. He's got
the ball. No question he had the ball. Belisari in the hole again, and this one's jarred.
Same guys.
Incomplete.
Well, Turner again comes across, and maybe one, you know, in the NFL, Brent, they get 4 or 5 looks. We get at least 3, don't we?
Absolutely.
One more look. There's it. Turner comes up, hits him. He for sure has it, and his elbow came down as the ball was coming out. I don't know if he was juggling or not with that look.
Is he considered down when the shoulder hits the ground in possession of the ball?
Seems to
the
be
officials ruled that he was down. 2nd down and 10. Play fake now by Belisari. Snaps it off, and he's got Rambo. And Rambo's got about 5 dark jerseys on him. A 10-yard gain. Gilbert Gardner was the first to hit it.
See, that's very effective, though. The last time Steve was in this situation, he threw the ball downfield. This time, in 2nd and long, he picks up half of it and keeps that Ohio State offense comfortable in this situation on 3rd and 10.
Well, you compare our 2 quarterbacks here today. Neither of them getting much rushing, I'll tell you that. It's been tough slugging out there today. 3rd down and 10. Bobble picked up. Belisari drops it off. And now Combs short of the first down, but he is close enough for a field goal attempt as Gardner makes another play. And here comes Stultz onto the field. Jack, I assume that was nothing serious suffered by Belisari.
Well, no, Brent, but it was another bullet dodged. He took a helmet in the back, in the small of his back. Talked to the athletic trainer, and they said it stung him for a moment, but now it's starting to wear off. They don't expect any lingering problems.
Now here's Stultz to attempt a 45-yarder. He broke their record, their scoring record, with that earlier field goal. And he's got his 2nd of the day. So Stoltz pulls the Buckeyes a little bit closer. It's 10-6 though. Purdue leads it. Well, the Buckeyes who traveled here very much in the thick of things right now. And again, if they should win out, they would go to Pasadena. And of course, Purdue, if they went out, they'd go. First time, only time since the mid-60s when Bob Griese was here. Sutherland from the 7-yard line. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Second down. Here's Brees. Complete and out of bounds, Sutherland.
Matchup. He feels confident. This is the guy he knows is going to run the routes. Squares it off. Clemens looking at the quarterback right on the sideline.
7 catches for 91 yards for number 14 here today, folks. And right now, the biggest play of this series is that personal foul on roughing the punter. First down and 10 now for Brees and Purdue. Another good job by the offensive line. Goes deep, Sutherland, and right there's Mitchell makes the key play on the far side.
David Mitchell talked about what a dream it is to play against a guy that's going to throw all game. You got an opportunity to make plays. Bump and run this time. Going up the sideline, and Mitchell turns around. Perfect technique by Mitchell. Should have caught the ball.
He thinks so too.
He does. He really does.
Second down to 10.
Second down, 10.
He's Willie Mays right there. Brees. Bluff the blitz. 3-man rush and drop back, and the freshman just simply drops it on it. Third down and 10. Here's Brees. Well, incomplete off Sutherland's hands. He was defended by Clemens. This has not been the best of days, Gary,
no,
for Brees.
Really, and what I think the Ohio State defense is doing a great job of is forcing good throws. Guys are not wide open here, and you have to make good throws to the outside. This one slightly behind Finney. Only could get his left hand on it. It had to be thrown perfectly in front of him, and Drew did not do it.
Fourth down and 10. And let's see what kind of a snap Kurz gets this time. They've been pounding on Stratton in the middle. Line drive to Clemens. Fields it on the 11-yard line. Looks for a return right on a low returnable punt. The ball! And the Bucks have got it. Oh, that was dangerous, wasn't it, folks?
I think it would have been the ground causing the fumble anyway. The field judge said he was down. So
Drew Carter pounced on it just in case. Take another look.
Great acceleration by Clemens this time. He made up his mind he was going to turn on the jets, and he was flying over the tackle. And as he hits the ground, boom, there goes that ball up. And the Buckeyes fall on it. Ohio State survives the call. Buckeyes in I formation.
Play fake to Combs. Belisari gets time, snaps it off. First down. Germany keeps the drive alive, and they're into Purdue territory at the 46-yard line.
Only 2 receivers went out for a pass that time for Ohio State. Chuck Stobart, the offensive coordinator, smelled the blitz. He did not get it, but it was perfect execution by that guy right there, Germany, and Belisari's throw. No blitz, nobody out but the 2 wideouts, and he throws the comeback to the outside.
Germany, 4 catches for 39 yards. Rambo, 5 for 65. Here's the pitch now to Combs. And he's to the 36-yard line. Another Buckeye first down, I believe. We'll see where they spot it. Maybe a little bit short. I think where they spot it's going to... Yeah, it'll be short. Cooper looking for just one drive the way his defense is playing. Just one touchdown drive is what John wants right now.
Brendan, looked like he went to Chuck Stoll, but they were in 4-down territory.
Well, 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, here's the play action play.
They won't need it. They go back to Darnell Sanders, the tight end.
Darnell Sanders was a high school quarterback. He's grown a little. 265 yards.
I'd say. Look, think about that fellow as a QB. Huh? That was 60 more yards, Gary.
6'6", 265 now. He was in there Thursday watching a lot of tape.
Now let's see what Cooper and the Buckeyes come up with here at the 22-yard line. This is a very important series. You can tell on John's face he realizes it too. He'd like to get a touchdown this time and not a field goal. Purdue will have a different idea defensively. Here comes Combs. You could bet on it. And Purdue is ready for it. They read it. Kutavides was right there. Now Belisari gets time, and the middle is wide open. Reggie Germany reaching for the end zone, comes up just short. Ralph Turner kept him a yard short, but it's a 21-yard gain, and now the Buckeyes are in business, Gary.
Has Steve Belisari grown as a quarterback? He's finally comfortable with himself. Nice pass to the middle. Purdue's defense gets confused this time. Clapton leaves his receiver, and Germany in the middle of the defense. The middle of the defense where you have to attack. Ohio State gets it down to the 1-yard line.
The Buckeyes once led 3-0. They haven't led since. And now a chance. Here's the big fullback. Battling for the end zone. Touchdown, Jamar Martin. So the battle continues with the Buckeyes leading it for the 2nd time today. Stoltz adds the... Reggie Germany, eh?
Yeah, that guy got the touchdown, but this 3rd down catch and throw by Germany to the outside, with 2 receivers out, and then come back with a curl route over the inside of the defense. Both throws right at the face mask. And boy, that's how you move the ball downfield. And you stick it in the end zone with the old Woody Hayes, robust, off-tackle fullback.
So 8 plays, 62 yards, and 252 for Belisari and the Buckeyes. 4 running plays, 4 passing plays, and Belisari 3 of 4 for 49 yards with Jamar Martin capping it off as he battles, and I do mean battles his way into the end zone. That was as good an effort as you want to see on the 2-yard line, folks, right there. Here comes the Munster. Clapton brings this one from the goal line. Got an alley. Can he get to it? He does. 30. Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Clements pushes him out, and Drew Brees and the Boilermakers with excellent field position. Cedric Brown, he gets the first on a fake, and it's incomplete. Nice play action by Brees. Stratton, the intended receiver, and the Buckeyes look like they want to hit somebody right now,
and
Gary.
it was Joe Cooper hitting Drew Brees that time, too.
So a sellout crowd on hand. As the battle for the Rose Bowl moves center stage in Big Ten land. And the winner here today in the driver's seat for sure. Win out. And the winner of this game will go to Pasadena and the Rose Bowl. Michigan and Northwestern, both still very much in the race, however. And they will meet next week on ABC at 3:30 Eastern Time. Brees pulls out. Complete to Stratton, the tight end. Bullard was back there along with Mitchell.
Joe Brown, defensive tackle, put Brees down after he threw the ball.
Well, here is our sprint game pack. Pay attention to this, Mr. Danielson. Listen up here, partner. Brees has thrown to 29 different receivers in 3.5 years. You hit 20 different guys in 3 years. You spread the ball around pretty good.
Most of those were laterals, weren't they? Running that wishbone.
We call them receivers.
That's right.
I'm gonna make them look nice.
It's third down now.
Brees sacked. That's who? 35 by Mr. Joe Cooper. If you talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk, and there was Mr. Cooper.
The whole Buckeye bench exploded on this one. Number 10, right up the gut. One of the few busted assignments inside by that offensive line. Rob Turner didn't get the inside linebacker. That's job number 1 when you're in there. I think it was Ian Allen actually in there, one of the substitutes. And Brees goes down for the second time.
So 2 Heisman Trophy candidates have bad Saturdays. One, Eric Crouch at Nebraska. He's already lost. And here Drew Brees is in a battle for survival. Another bad snap, and Kurz gets it off. Here's Clements. Looking for daylight. He's got it. Got a man in front of him. Breaks free. Touchdown, Ohio State. Yards for Nate Clements. The biggest problem he had, folks, was getting his own teammate out of his way on the far sideline.
John Cooper said to me Thursday, Brent, I just hope we do well on the punt game. I think the punt game will determine the outcome of the game. Well, this is pretty good in the punt game. As you said, he pushed away one guy and then just raced for the end zone, Nate Clements.
And the extra point is good. So Danny Stultz boosts the Buckeyes into a 10-point lead after the Clements punt return for a touchdown.
Once he hit the seam, and it was easy to see up here, he just sprinted to the end zone. Clemens struggled against Minnesota with some big catches, comes up big here against Purdue.
Late in November, the Wolverines would go to Columbus, and they would love to face Ohio State in a one-game showdown for Pasadena.
Yeah, let's see. Does that ever happen before that?
And Northwestern, too, is hoping for the Buckeyes to hold on here and then lose down the road if they can win out. So still a lot of things left to unfold in the Big Ten. And here's Clapton again. To the 27. And Drew Brees now has gone almost 7 quarters without a touchdown pass against Ohio State. Incomplete. Clements defending that pass on the far side. And suddenly it looks like a frustrated Drew Brees, if you can read his facial expression a little bit.
No easy throws out there. That time Clemens squatted on that out. It had to be perfect to the outside. It was almost like, if my guy can't get it, nobody can get it. And those are tough throws.
Gary's missed 5 of his last 6.
And nothing easy out there. The secondary has come to play for Ohio State.
Purdue down by 10. And he's flushed from the pocket again. This time, though, he gets it to Standiford, who now breaks free to the 42-yard line. 26 yards.
You missed 5 in a row, but if you're one of those guys like a shooting guard in the NBA, all you're thinking of, that means the odds are in my favor. Look at this throw against the grain, against the body, to the freshman in the middle of the zone. That's one of those, if it gets picked off, everybody's booing.
Ryan Pickett was the defensive lineman in pursuit of Brees that time, number 79. First down and 10 for Brees. Final minute 12 here of the third quarter. See, he has to get that mouthpiece out just to change up the play. Gets good protection again. Comes to Standiford underneath, and Mitchell delivers the blow at the 38-yard line.
Ohio State changed their entire front four. Fresh faces in there to rush the passer.
Now Brees, and it's batted away as the pocket collapses, and that's one of the few times today that we have seen the protective pocket absolutely collapse with Rodney Bailey getting a big paw on the football.
Remember, fresh faces in there that time. They were ready to come into it. And after a punt return for touchdown, you have to always think that way. Good job by Freddie Puggage to realize that the defense had just been out there, then the punt return touchdown, so they're back on the field again.
The Buckeyes are doing something that Michigan did not. They are keeping Purdue in 3rd and long. It would be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 against the Wolverines. Here today, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. A huge difference. Brees will try to convert now. Gets great time. Got it. Donald Winston, 13 yards on the reception.
What a surprise we haven't seen Vinny Sutherland. He hasn't been returning the kickoffs, and he's not even in here on these key 3rd down plays. Winston is in his position right here over the middle. That's usually the ball Sutherland catches. And Winston comes up with a huge catch.
Maybe he's hurt, huh?
That's what I was just wondering about. I haven't seen him in a while. Looking on the sideline and don't see him.
Well, the Buckeyes of Ohio State are dictating on defense, and they lead it by 10. They have picked off Mr. Brees 3 times. Mike Doss, Nate Clements. And then on the ricochet, it was David Mitchell. 1 quarter to go. The Rose Bowl is at stake. We'll be back with it after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Brees fires on the slant incomplete. And again, you can see the contact by the secondary. David Mitchell, number 3, was right there that time. Mike Doss, Derek Ross, Nate Clements, Donnie Nicky. We've seen them all.
Yep. They've all been doing a good job, and I think John Tenuta and Freddie Puggage, the 2 defensive coordinators, have done a good job of emphasizing you gotta hit. Only 87 yards. When you throw the ball as much as Purdue has, only 87 yards after completions, that's huge.
2nd down and 10. Time, and that time, now it could be taking its toll as the freshman turns. Standiford with Clements closing in quickly, and you can see how the accumulation of hits by the defensive back starts to take its toll, and Purdue really misses Vinny Sutherland coming up here on this 3rd down.
He does. We have a report that he went to the locker room, and you can see it. The Purdue receivers, I also feel, Brett, they feel the pressure of what's out there. That Rose Bowl sitting out there, they know they have to win this game. Ohio State's been in this position before.
Brees only 8 of 20 here in the 2nd half. Needs 10 yards. Needs to get to the 15-yard line. On his time, throws, yes, a grab, a beauty. Seth Morales skies and pulls it down. 1st down, as big a catch as Purdue has had, 16 yards by Morales.
Morales, the walk-on transfer from Butler, came here. Joe Tiller said, we'll let you walk on. We don't think you have much of a chance. Well, it's exactly what they needed. A big catch from a receiver. Morales gave it to him.
Jack, what about Vinny Sutherland?
Well, quickly, he tweaked his knee, but that's not the reason he's out. He started to get severe cramping. They've taken him inside for an IV.
The Boilers from the 9-yard line with 1st down. Brees to throw on 1st down, and on the slant, Morales again inside the 5-yard line, and now they're in that situation where Brees can run the quarterback draw if he wants.
Really good job. All quarterbacks, if you're a young quarterback or you're teaching the passing game, throw the ball low over the middle. Your receivers will love you. They catch it, and they fall down, and they don't get a mouthful of helmet. Ask Deshaun Johnson about that. Deshaun said, hey, throw the ball to me a little earlier, please.
And that's his 16th 300-yard game passing. 2nd down and goal. Brees knows it, in trouble, waits. He's got to throw it out of the end zone. Got him! Touchdown! Standiford! Oh, my! The drought is over. Drew Brees finally has a touchdown pass against Ohio State. He has nicked every Big Ten team for at least one, and this one could not have come at a bigger time for Purdue. And Dorsch closes the Boilermakers to within 3.
Very subtle. Watch Drew Brees fake the quarterback draw. He goes up in the pocket, tries to draw coverage, and then he's just trying to buy time. Please, somebody open up a safe throw to the back. The freshman gets his foot in. What a nice job by Brees, adding something to the play.
So Standiford gets behind Clements and beats him for a touchdown. Timeout. So Benny Sutherland returns from the Purdue locker room just in time. His team still trails it by 3. And now the Buckeyes are looking for a lift. A 17-point third quarter, and Rambo decides to take a knee and bring it out on the 20-yard line. Goes for the sideline on Rambo, and he is cut off by Clopton, and Rambo initiates the contact, and no penalty flag. Sorry, got good protection that time, and he went back to Reggie Germany. Germany making the play with Landon Johnson back defensively, and holding is the penalty.
I think it was Sean Phillips, the freshman defensive end, trying to come around the corner that time on Henry Fleming. The blind side, you mentioned it early, with a left-handed quarterback, that right tackle is the guy that sometimes is yanking on those guys. I think it was to the top of the screen out there, coming from the top side, an arm hook, and kind of yanks him down from behind.
So Cooper's team now faces a 2nd and 25. They'll probably be patient, try to get about half of it back. Westbrooks is in as a running back. They've got him, and Westbrooks finds a nice running lane out to the 30-yard line, and that pulls him back 12 yards, so they've got about 4 to go as Stuart Schweigert, one of the better freshmen around, makes the play.
Nice job. They ran this into the teeth of the blitz. You see Johnson, number 47, Odom rush from the same side, and they run the isolation play right into it. Good job picking it up. Not a surprise. The Buckeyes expected the blitz coming off the slot all day.
So they got almost half of it back. Now a workable 3rd and 13. Belisari, Lambo's out of bounds, short of it. Short of the first down. Chris Clopton, the Munchkin. And Sutherland back on the field. He'll return this punt, and the crowd welcomes him back.
So much reminds you of Tim Dwight, the Iowa Hawkeye. Went on to the Atlanta Falcons, same type of player.
Sander back to punt for the Bucks. Then he slips and now tries to make sure that he's away from the football as it rolls just inside the 10-yard line. That's a 50-yard punt. 11:17 to go. Ohio State beating Purdue 20-17. Benny Sutherland back in the game. One of the go-to receivers. And they snap it quickly. And they hit it out of bounds. At the 26-yard line, Cortland Bullard.
Jim Chaney says that Purdue brought the bubble screen into football, but we don't call it much anymore. Well, this was the bubble screen, and both receivers to that side with the trips got their block. You're going to see the ball go out real quickly. Long handoff. Now watch the blocks. There's one, there's two, both guys on the ground, and then quickness by Vinny gets around the corner.
Cedric Brown is the running back next to Drew Brees. Incomplete as the receiver. Morales slipped. Let's go to Jack.
Brent, when Drew Brees wants solitude and inspiration, he retreats to a quiet room and sits in this leather chair, all by himself. It's the video room for the football squad. Drew Brees reviews video of opponents. Let's hope he got some inspiration for this run.
It won't be quite so quiet out there, Mr. Root, right now. With 11:08 to go in 2017, and Drew Brees and the Boilermakers are trailing it by 3.
Let's see if they don't go back to that tight end matchup with Stratton again here now.
Second down and 10. Stratton's off the line. They've got him. Cooper, the defender. But it was far from a first down. And a reminder, at the end of this game, we'll select the Chevrolet player of the game from each team. And Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. Here's 3rd and 5.
Vinny Sutherland is the go-to guy in this situation. Stratton has been today.
Stratton has tied his career high with 10 catches. Here's Sutherland, number 14. He's off to the quarterback's right. They need 5 yards. This is not 4-down territory under any respect here. But he's got it. And there's his go-to guy. And that's his new career high. 11 catches for Stratton.
Stratton, an all-Big Ten player returning this year. That, you can almost feel it. Not quite sure who to go to, so you throw to the guy that's matched up against the linebacker. Bullard has had a long day covering that. He needs help, and you assume that Ohio State will change up their defense and give him some help.
First down and 10. On 1st and 10 now, and Brees with a pump fake fires deep for Sutherland, in and out of his hands. He'd slipped a step past Derrick Ross. Brees has already thrown 34 completions here today, and that's a season high. He's 34 of 58, folks. He's going right over 60.
This was the exact play that was dropped earlier in the game. They faked a hitch to the outside and then try to go down the field with a fake screen to the outside, and Vinny kind of skinny and up the sideline. Both times catchable balls, both times no completion.
So it's 2nd and 10. Here's Brees, just in time on the release to Morales as he took a lick.
Brees is really amazing how quickly he can change his sights, find a new target, and then lead the ball perfectly in front. What, right? 1, 2, 3. Then he finally finds, just as he sees him, lets the ball go.
That was Clint Wayne, number 90, who hit Brees just as he was releasing it. And now Purdue faces a 3rd and 5. Here comes the blitz. Well picked up. Got it. Sutherland in a foot race. Out at the 25-yard line. That's 15 more yards and a big first down. And cool and collected now. Drew Brees is driving the Boilermakers.
Bunch this time, a little bit of a same twist pattern. You come inside, you go back that side, line up in a bunch formation. Very difficult to jam receivers in that situation and play bump and run. Who's the go-to guy? You have no idea. When you run a varied offense, sometimes you like to match up with the tight end, then you go back to do it.
So this is the 4th time in his career that Drew Brees has thrown 60 or more passes. The next one is number 61. It's low, and Wayne jumps right on his back as he comes through the middle of the line.
And Ohio State defense continues to stay with the basics. Stop the run first. Don't want to start giving low opportunities to gash into that secondary. Purdue now up to 82 plays in the game, Fred. 52 for Ohio State.
Well, Purdue has dominated the second half in terms of number of plays. Second down and 9. Remember, the Buckeyes scored on a punt return. Nate Clemens for a touchdown. And they got him on the slant. Drew Brees to Standiford with Clemens defending him. Here's another big third down. Got it into Sutherland. Foot race, dives, touchdown! Oh, baby! 19 yards, Purdue!
Same play.
Dorsch adds the extra point. Purdue leads it by 4. 24-20, and Vinny Sutherland with 10 catches for the day and 142 yards.
Same play to the right side as the first down play. Come in, go back out. A missed tackle by Derek Ross, and that's why those yards after catch can kill you. Go in, come back out, same as the third down completion. Doss slips down, Ross missed the tackle, and there's that speed.
Put me right back in the middle of that Heisman race, too, ladies and gentlemen. Purdue leads it, timeout. Yeah, strong breeze could be coming to Pasadena in the Rose Bowl. Purdue leads it. They've dominated the second half, and the Buckeye defenders could be gasping for a little air here, Gary.
Oh, Ohio State 19 plays, Purdue 42 plays. I think it's affected the Ohio State defense. The big punt return, that often happens when a punt return like that.
Now the Buckeyes need a lift. And here comes Jonathan Wells out of bounds at the 17-yard line, short of the 20. First down and 10. Belisari now under pressure, and he's smacked. Fumble! Purdue, I believe, may have jumped on it.
I think he was down. At least they're calling it down. I don't know if he was down, but they're calling it down.
So a break goes Ohio State's way.
Right. John, I think, was very upset that Steve did not throw the football. You can't stop. It's an overloaded line. He ducks down. The ball came out almost simultaneously. It's a break for the Buckeyes.
As he was rolling, the ball started to fly free, but his knee might have been down. An official might have seen it, and it's entirely possible, folks, that that's a very good call. Second down and 14. Now Belisari steps up, middle, incomplete. Reggie Germany had a crack at it and couldn't make what would have been a fine catch. Now it's 3rd and 14, and this is as big a play as Ohio State's had all day offensively.
Johnny Woodward, number 7. I don't know if he touched that ball or not, but he was right there and covered for Purdue. The only thing the Buckeyes have going for them also, though, is they do have all 3 timeouts left.
Ohio State is only 3 of 12. Only 3 of 12 on third down. They need 14. Belisari, incomplete.
Missed them. Wide open.
Punt. B.J. Sander back, and here's the man of the hour, Vinny Sutherland, with cramps and an injury. Took some time off, came back and scored the go-ahead touchdown. Lightning quick, hoping to give Drew Brees and Purdue good field position again. sets up the bobble. Penalty flags fly from every direction.
Terrible penalty.
Sutherland is out of bounds. Joe makes a little notation on that. And here is number 15, Drew Brees, bending back down in the huddle. This all began when they were trailing Michigan 28-10. That's when this drive for Pasadena switched into high gear. They rallied in the second half to beat Michigan. Blew out Northwestern, beat Wisconsin in overtime. And now they've rallied to take the lead with 4.5 minutes against Ohio State. And Lowe working against the clock. And he goes, they keep it winding. He was stopped before he stepped out of bounds. So the clock continues to move.
This is the toughest part of the spread offense. Jim Chaney kind of talked about it to us, saying, you know, when we get in that situation with about 4 minutes to go, what do? You want to hold on to the ball. You like to drain time off the clock. And I think you got to let number 15 have a chance to keep the drive alive. He's your senior. Get the ball game in his hands.
Second down and 12. And Brees keeps it himself. Takes a lick at the 30-yard line. And, you know, Joe Tiller has done such a marvelous job around here. We asked Matt Mitrone, the defensive lineman, how would you describe Coach Tiller after you leave Purdue to somebody? And here's what Matt had to say.
He's motivated, that's for sure. And he understands what the human psyche needs to be always hungry. And that he's always challenging us, stimulating us like that.
There's a very good feeling about their head coach around here, folks. He's a very popular figure with players and certainly fans. And that's a football player right there, Matt Mitrone. Now that's a football face, isn't it? That's a beauty. Third down now for Brees. And they were on him. Intercepted! Intercepted! Brees can stop him. He does. He knocks him out of bounds. Brees was the only defender who could knock Mike Doss out of bounds. A disaster for Purdue. The fourth interception of the game. And now the Buckeyes can take the lead with 3:09. That's the fourth interception of the game and the second by Doss.
Joe Cooper is the guy that comes free, number 10, right up the middle. Brees tries to throw it away, throws a duck, and look what happens. And just before the play was called, Joe Tiller was pointing to his head and saying to his offense, think, think, think. We don't need a big mistake. And that's exactly what happened.
So the drama continues here. Tiller and Purdue had this game completely in control. Westbrook stopped. Second down and goal. And now, Gary, you got to wonder what the Ohio State offense is going to come up with here, because they've got to get around. They can't just run this off-tackle play against the middle of this Purdue defense.
Well, they're in 4-down territory. I know that. They're down by 4 points. And one of the things you got to do if you're Ohio State, you know what they'd like to do? They'd like to score on 4th down is what they'd like to do if they had their choice, because they would bleed the clock as much as they could.
Now, Belisari's a good runner. If they can get him on the outside, he's a left-handed thrower. They got to get him some room now. Here's second down, play fake, Belisari to throw! And incomplete. The linesman right there rules it was incomplete. And it goes to third down for the Buckeyes, and the clock stops at 2:21.
Every Buckeye fan in Ohio right here, or everywhere really, held their breath on this throw. This was almost intercepted. Just a big hand on it, saved an interception, or it would have been picked off.
That was Ben Hartsock's paw, which knocked that one away from Ashante Woodyard. And now, folks, here's third and goal from the 2-yard line. Belisari off that tight formation on the toss play. Westbrook's touchdown! Touchdown! Going for one right now to give them a 3-point lead with 2:16 to go. Stoltz for the extra point. Purdue rushes the 11th man on the field. He's got it. Purdue needs a field goal to tie it, a touchdown to take the lead. 2:16 to go. Cooper's got the lead. Now Brees and the offense will have 2:16 with Clopton back. He'll try to give the Boilers some field position. High at the 5-yard line. Here comes the Munchkin. Munchkin's got an alley. Purdy out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
But he's got the ball back, and he's got 2 minutes for redemption. We saw redemption last time against Michigan with the field goal kicker.
On first down, deflected. It's now 2nd down and 10.
I think Joe Cooper knocked that one down, too. It's been all over the field.
They put himself on the line when he popped off, but he has backed it up here today.
Usually in this situation, Brent, I think the deep offense has the advantage because of the pressure. But after you've thrown 4 interceptions like this, I gotta believe Drew Brees is feeling it right now.
2nd down and 10. Offensive line continues to do a great job. Wide open. Got him. Touchdown Purdue. Seth Morales. Holy Toledo. To Morales.
The most clutch pass I've seen in 10 years of doing college football.
There's a penalty flag on the extra point, which was good by Travis Dorsch.
Brent, it was the same play that Morales caught the touchdown pass against Wisconsin. A square in, and then behind it, a post play. Brees, and you could see it when he let it go. He knew he had it, and he put it right on the money. What a clutch throw. Scans the field, knows he has it, and he doesn't miss it. What a play. My heart's pumping. Oh, your heart is pumping.
One of the biggest touchdown passes in Big Ten history. They'll be replaying this one for years.
And after he threw it, he went over about the 35-yard line and took a knee, and you could see the pressure just go out of him. Well, the Buckeyes get the ball back. Let's not forget that. 1:55 to go, and they've got all 3 timeouts left.
Here's Rambo looking for an alley. And he's down at the 30-yard line. Now Belisari and the Buckeyes. Blitz is picked up. And then Aiken Adele comes in from the side and says, how do you do?
Same play that he almost fumbled the ball on last time. Again, Steve does not continue out of the pocket and gets hit.
Purdue 31, Ohio State 27. A minute and a half to go. And remember, they're down 31-27. So they ain't gonna be any field goal here, folks. They gotta go for the touchdown. Purdue's got it. Purdue's got it. Landon Johnson recovers the fumble.
motion across the formation. Shotgun play. As a guy goes in motion right here, I think it hits him as he goes by. That's exactly what happened. Shotgun snap. The receiver doesn't clear on the play, and there's the ball laying on the ground. And that's the quarterback's fault. The quarterback has to give the foot a little later to allow the receiver to clear the center.
"37 ticks of the clock."
Ohio State can no longer stop it.
A young man from Austin, Texas, was not aggressively recruited by any of the schools down there. And now he has led Purdue to within two steps of a Rose Bowl in Pasadena. And one of the first across the field to congratulate Drew Brees and Joe Tiller and Purdue is John Cooper. This, folks, is what they call an instant classic. You won't see a better last 3 minutes of any football game. And Cooper goes out of his way to say something to Drew Brees. And now atop the Big Ten standings, the Purdue Boilermakers. 31-27. Brees is just being surrounded by folks down there. You can imagine everyone wanting to congratulate him. And don't forget number 84, folks. Morales held on to that football when he broke into the clear. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Keyword ABC, college football. For Jack Arute and Gary Danielson, I'm Brent Musburger. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports. Continuing the tradition of excellence, folks, you have just seen an instant classic.